Hi there traders, this is Steve Marley, the market chartist for FX Explained, and our regular weekly MacroWatch update for the week commencing the 21st of March 2022. Risk on theme emerging. Let's kick off by looking at the macroeconomic and geopolitical developments of the past week. Well, we've seen a shift towards more of a risk on theme driven by positive signals from the Ukraine-Russia talks, and there's not been a majorly negative escalation in the fighting. Global commodity prices have continued their downside corrections from the aggressive surges seen since late February. And markets remain worried, though, about inflationary pressures from tight labour markets and surging commodity prices, and risk to global growth with the threat of stagflation. The FOMC hiked interest rates last week by 0.25%, with an indication that there will be a further 0.25% increase at each of the 2022 meetings. This was, however, already priced in, though US yields did nudge higher. The Bank of England also raised interest rates last week on Thursday for the third time, up to 0.75%, but the market impact was subdued, with gilt yields actually falling. Let's take a look now at the global financial market developments for last week ending the 18th of March. Well, equity markets higher. Here you see the S&P 500 pushing to a new high for March, recovering from above the low seen in February and indicating a basing pattern, a strong recovery and pointing the market back higher. And European equity markets, which suffered significant sell-offs early in March, in here have reversed those March sell-offs and pushing significantly higher for the last 2 weeks. US yields did push higher, with the higher yield theme very much intact through the Fed meeting. But the US dollar, despite higher US yields, has pushed lower and is threatening a topping pattern here with the US dollar index. Risk currencies continued their push higher. Commodity currencies, here the Australian dollar, pushing back up towards March highs, partly to do with US dollar weakness in here, but also to do with the risk on theme. And gold in here confirmed a blowout topping pattern, signifying the surging rally that we saw in early March has completed a top, both in the short term and in the intermediate term. And a similar statement from oil in here, which spiked up to $130 earlier in March, back below $100 at one point last week, in here confirming at least a short term and likely an intermediate term top in oil. Copper, however, did rebound, having had the breakout in early March to the upside, signaling a bullish range breakout to new multi-year highs. However, we did see a setback subsequent to that, but rebounding again last week and trying to resume the bullish breakout that we saw earlier in March. Now let's take a look at the week ahead commencing the 21st of March. Well, we're still going to be closely monitoring potential for Ukraine-Russian talks to improve and maybe even for a move towards a ceasefire, but also watching for a possible escalation in the military activity. On the central bank side, we have Fed Chair Powell speaking on Wednesday, and we get the Bank of Japan meeting minutes released Thursday. And on the data front, it's a very light start to the week with nothing really of note Monday or Tuesday. We get UK inflation data, including CPI on Wednesday, and the Fed Chair Powell, as we mentioned, speaks. And probably one of the highlights of the week, we get the UK spring budget statement on Wednesday. Thursday brings that Bank of Japan meeting minutes, and we get probably the biggest data point of the week, the global market flash PMI data, alongside US durable goods orders. And Friday we end off the week with UK retail sales and the German IFO survey. I'm going to wish you all a great trading week. If you like what you're seeing here, don't forget to hit that like button, and you can also follow us on our YouTube channel, and I'll be back with you with another Macro Watch next week. So traders, don't forget to catch us on the next FX Explained Macro Watch and all the great content on fxexplained.co.uk.